The Fort Pillow Massacre, April 12, 1864, will live with us forever.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. No more crying, no more crying, no more crying over me. And before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free.
Remember Fort Pillow. Remember Fort Pillow. Remember Fort Pillow. If the muse were mine to tip it, and my feeble voice was strong, if my tongue were trained to measure, then I would sing a stirring song. I would sing a song heroic of those noble sons of Ham, the gallant colored soldiers who fought for the Sam. In the early days, you scorned them with many a flip and flout, and you said, these battles are for the white man, and the whites would fight them out. Up the hills you fought and faltered, and in the valleys you strove and bled, while in your ear you could hear the thunder of the foes' advancing tread. Then despair fell on the nation, and the flag was drooping low. Should the dust pollute your banner? No, the nation said no. So when war with savage triumph spread broad as funeral's pall, then you called the colored soldiers, and they answered to your call, and like hounds unleashed and eager for the lifeblood of the prey, sprang they forward and bore them bravely in the thickness of the fray. And where the battle was hottest, and the bullets fastest fell, there they pressed unblanched and fearless into the very mouth of hell. Ah, they rallied to the standard to uphold it with all their might. None stronger in the labor and none braver in the fight. From the blazing beaches of Wagner to the plains of Olustee, they were foremost in the fight in the battles of the free. In Fort Pillow, God have mercy on the deeds committed here and the souls of those poor victims sent to thee without a prayer. Let the fullness of thy pity in the hot wrought spirit sway for the gallant colored soldiers who fell fighting on that day. Yes, the blacks have their freedom, and they earned it dearly too, for the lifeblood of their thousands who the southern fields bedew. And in the darkness of their bondage, and in the depth of slavery's night, their muskets flashed a dawning as they fought their way to light. They were citizens and they were soldiers when the rebellion raised its head, and the values that made them worthy then, no, those virtues are not dead. They were comrades then and brothers. Are they no less today? They were good to stop a bullet and to confront the fiery fray. They have shared your nightly vigils, and they have shared your daily toils, and their blood with yours commingling has enriched this southern soil. They have slept, marched, and suffered beneath the same dark skies as you, and they have faced as fierce as foemen, yet they remain as brave and true. And their deeds shall find their record in the registry of fame, for their blood has cleansed completely every blot of slavery shame. So all honor and glory to those noble sons of Ham, gallant colored soldiers.
No more crying over
Gallant colored soldiers.
me.
Those gallant
And
colored
before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. No more crying, no more crying, no more crying over me. And before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free.